Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero, Chapter 84. When we last left our heroes, shit got real. Wise lost his arm. They were all captured by Draken. Wise lost his arm. Shiki, kept on back-talking Draken, and so Draken shot him in the head. And that's where we left off. As morning breaks on a world without Shiki, as Jamais put it. Which leads us to Chapter 84, A World Without Shiki. And our cover picture here is Rebecca standing on sitting on a clock tower looking out into the horizon. We open with news about Sabir, interestingly enough. We can't tell what it is, but we see on the news broadcast, Sabir's on the screen. Just like the world of the Belial Gore. Returning to the story of Sabir's slaying 7 days ago, we have now determined that he was executed for treason against Draken. So that does answer the question of what happened with Wise and Sabir, which was kind of obvious given how that ended up with Wise in Draken's custody. But the fact that we didn't actually see Sabir get shot did make me question if Sabir had died. But he is dead. Unless, Rebecca ends up rewinding time to save Shiki, which is still my theory. Also, it has been a week since last chapter happened, which rereading the last chapter, I kind of figured. The term Jamais said was morning opens on the 7th day of a world without Shiki, which made me think that 7 days had passed, and not that it was the 7th day of the month, which is when Shiki died, of course. Anyway, let's hear from the people on the street. Well, it's his own damn fault for betraying Draken. But the guy owed money. Who's gonna pay it now? On the junk heap, we see Pino and Happy, who are turned off, beat up, dirty. We see, Happy is just cracked. One of his legs has a full crack from, leg to torso. And then we see Draken's residence. And Rebecca is curled up in a ball on her bed. It's been 7 days since Shiki was killed. I was given my own room. They've done nothing to me but keep me locked up for 7 days. They tell me that my other friends are safe. Every time I think about what happened, my chest hurts. I still can't believe it. Honestly, I've been doing some thinking over the week, and I'm still presuming that Shiki is somehow going to be safe, probably with Leaper time travel. But honestly, I don't know. And she flashes back to Shiki dying. Shiki is dead. Why? Why is this happening? And she hears a clack, clack, clack sound. I think they're footsteps on towards her door, and the door opens. And in walks Laguna. And Rebecca, reacts, gets back in the corner, puts her hands over her face, shivering. Relax, I'm not the boss. It's me. And that does not help her very much, as she's still, shaking, sweating. I can't tell if those are tears or sweat lines down her eyes. I now lack all emotion, with the exception of one. Fear. Fear so great that it even overshadows any hatred I had. Overwhelming fear. And Laguna walks in, turns to her food. We see that there's a tray of food left uneaten. You need to start eating, or you're gonna make yourself sick. And Rebecca has kind of started to calm down. She's still sweating, but her eyes are shut again, or half shut again. Doesn't say anything. Laguna just looks at her. Sitting around in a stupor all day won't change anything. The boss told us to treat you like one of us. Forget the past. Stay here, and you'll have everything you could want. We got off to the worst start possible, but you have to understand where the boss was coming from. Moneylenders can't do business if people think they're soft, and you invaded our ship. What happened sucked, but that's how it goes. So after last chapter, I was starting to wonder if Laguna, if anyone on the Element 4 is going to change sides, it would be Laguna. Given the line about Laguna, his reaction to Rebecca having real tears. And then this scene is he's trying to get through to Rebecca, which might be on the orders of Draken, possibly. Again, we don't really know. But it's just something to keep in mind. Anyway, Rebecca just keeps on shaking, doesn't look up. Fine. One more thing. Your stink brings tears to my eyes. At least take a shower. And he turns around to leave. There are surveillance cameras in this room, but we didn't put any in the bathroom. We're not that crude. Alright? So take a shower. We see she does go take a shower. Interestingly, she just kind of immediately listens to Laguna. Like, she apparently has not showered in a week, but as soon as he says something, she does it. Which only happens with showering and not with eating, so I'm not sure if that means anything. That man was Laguna. He seems like the most decent guy on Draken's team. I feel like he's not a bad person. What Draken wants is me. My power. We have this Draken is talking to her in a flashback. We have this device. It extracts an Ether Gear's power. That's how we made Eliga's petrification ray, by extracting my power. Oh, that's interesting. Because, I forgot about the petrification ray. But that is part of alchemy. It's changing changing flesh to stone. I want to use the device to get your power. My super speed? What would you use it for? No, your power isn't speed. Are we about to find out? Cat Leaper. The power to change the laws of the cosmos. Oh, and that ties back to what he was saying back in 82 about Shiki being the key to unlock the cat. We then killed Shiki, so we'll see if that ends up meaning anything. Cat Leaper. That's the name of my Ether Gear. Change the laws of the cosmos? What's that mean? I can't tell you that. I don't want you using that power against me. Why don't you just extract it already? Yeah, that's the tricky part. You haven't awakened this power yet. And it does me no good extracting it if it hasn't awakened. On the other hand, it would be very bad for us if it does awaken. So right now, she's still, as this little flowchart tells us, her power is still just Leaper. This Cat Leaper has not been activated yet. So maybe Shiki is the key to unlocking the cat out of regular Leaper? Maybe? I don't know. And that's why I'm monitoring your room. When we pick up an ether reading for Cat Leaper, we'll extract it. You can't know what this power does. It is a forbidden power. And I am the one who deserves to have it. Draken was calling me number 29. What is number 29? It's like the old model numbers they used to use for robots. I need to process all this information. I might find some clue to help me fight back. Oh, and there's a fire in those eyes. Like, she puts on this... She says earlier in the chapter that, like, the only emotion she feels is fear. I kind of question that. That's not the eyes of someone feeling fear. That's hatred. She specifically says she doesn't have hatred. It's just fear. The fear is so powerful it overrides the hatred. But that's not what that face is telling me. And especially if all of this is her just, like, sorting through the facts to find some way to get her revenge, that... I think she's lying here. But as she leans against the wall, she starts to cry. I miss my friends. Happy, Wise, Homura, Pino, the Four Shining Stars, Moscow, Mr. Connor. What is Mr. Connor really a friend? He's kind of just some guy that showed up. Shiki, I want to see you again. And we see Shiki's smiling face, and she falls down to the ground, and her ether lines appear on her leg, and it starts to shine. If Shiki is the key to unlocking the cat, this could be Cat Leaper activating. We really do focus on that shine. And yep, there's the reading. As Draken's little hench dude notices, Boss, we're picking up a high concentration ether reading for number 29. Has she awakened? The ether numbers are rising much faster than we predicted. Damn it, don't let her get away. She's using Cat Leaper. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The water that was hitting her is now turning to steam. Huh? I feel weird. Hotter than usual. The shower water. It stopped. I feel heavy. Like something's pulling on me. What is happening? And she kind of like falls onto her back, it looks like. Is it gravity? She's using Shiki's ether gear? And she has cat ears and a tail. I really wish, I will just say, I don't go too hard on, the nudity in the Mashima manga. I know what I'm getting into, but I really wish all this did not happen while she was naked. Especially because if she just, breaks out right now and she's naked for the rest of the arc. Not vibing with that. But anyway, more seriously, she's activating what looks to be the Satan gravity. Shiki's ether gear. I'm falling. But where? And then she wakes up again. Oh, what the fuck? She wakes up at the start of the arc. Back when she passes out in the bath, and Sister's over her. Yo, you awake? You fainted in the bath. You can't stay out of trouble, can you? Are you okay? And, hold on, wait a second. The first time this happened, she woke up from a nightmare where everyone was dead, I think, or maybe Shiki was trying to kill her or something. What if that was Cat Leaper? But that's the end of the chapter, so I don't know. I guess my first thing, I'm kind of disappointed how fast they walked back Shiki's death. Which maybe, Fairy Tail got a lot of the same criticisms of walking back deaths. But I did really get the sense that Shiki might have stayed dead, or maybe, would at least be dead for a little while. Especially with how much Eden Zero really wants to be dark and gritty. I think Shiki might stay dead, or at least, again, have a few chapters where he's dead. But if we're already back at the beginning of the arc, first off, what does that mean, exactly? No, first let's talk about, it just means Shiki's back to life. Anyway, what does that mean exactly? Because there were a lot of things that were kind of slowly getting built up throughout the arc, right? Especially, I've mentioned Laguna a lot. It seemed like something was happening with Laguna. What does that mean for anyone? Really, just Laguna. But we're now back at the very beginning of the arc, which I don't know, because running through the plot of the arc in my head, that doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, she can maybe say, warn the Shining Stars not to trust the results of their fight with Slime, Seth, and Cowboy Dude, whose name I can't remember. To not trust Slime if she turns traitor, to know that Seth is going to go stealth mode, or know that the other guy's going to go stealth mode and Seth is going to upload himself. Be prepared for that. Maybe they can win this time. I mean, I don't know if she knows what happened during the Laguna fight and how Fee shooting Wise to start this whole thing. She might not know about that. I don't know. The arc's kind of starting over now. Which it's... I don't know. I kind of... Again, as I said last week, I expected the little bit of what must have been Cat Leaper we saw when she first activated Leaper in her fight with Nino to be the way they save Shiki. But I was expecting they go back to, mid-arc, or, right before Shiki dies, or right before they get captured, or something. Not the beginning of the arc, and now we have to start over. And honestly, the walk back just kind of makes the whole chapter kind of weird. Because, if the whole... there are 10 pages in this chapter dedicated to her sorting through all the facts and making a plan to bring down Draken, and then none of that happens. Because she's warped back to the beginning of the arc. So it's kind of a weird thing. And also, we don't know what exactly that means. If she's just back at the beginning of the arc and everything is the same as it was in chapter, I think, 69... 69 when this arc started. Or if there are some differences in the timeline. Especially because this series is so obsessed with alternate timelines. We see that from the very beginning with Wise, the Chronophage, now Cat Leaper. There are so many time-based powers in this series. So yeah, I don't know. Also, this does I just accidentally scrolled down to the comment section on Read It in Zero. And I saw, Troll Senpai here says, this is the ultimate plot armor. Now we know whatever bad or terrible things happen, Rebecca can always stop it by time traveling. And yeah, I kind of feel that too. Especially right now when we don't know what Cat Leaper does, like what the activation requirements for Cat Leaper are. If it's just strong feelings for Shiki, which it kind of seems to be, given what Draken said a couple of chapters ago. So I hope we see some limitations to it, because this is kind of an overpowered power. Though a reply to that same comment mentions, doesn't change the fact that Rebecca experienced all of these events and is scarred for life because of them. Also, since no one remembers what happened, she's kind of isolating her pain. Don't forget, this was no asshole, and we had known for a while this was what was going to happen. I don't know about that last sentence on that comment there from Gautam Sarathi. But that first part is true. She does still have this pain. Though if it ends up kind of like Rebecca's nightmare, she might only remember it as a vague nightmare. We just don't know yet at all. Even like we get this one shot of her face as she realizes that Sister and Happy are still alive, could just be, residual memories of the nightmare that are about to fade. So yeah, we don't know what's going to happen now. It's kind of another game-changing chapter, though in a vastly different way. Though I did say last time that we really needed some hope, and this is the hope. Though we'll see if it's too much hope to carry a series much longer. So yeah. I was about to say my outro, and I fully blanked. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe. Do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!